it's time for the opening drive with the Compas.
Well, no sound drop. Come on, Vic. I was ready for the punch for the first time.
I was ready for the soundbite. I was like,
there you go. See?
All right, awesome. Gilbert, did WWE and Triple H make a mistake not making the women's title match between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley the main event on Saturday night instead of the Usos, versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? And don't make me angry.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's a very heavy wrestling show. I know if you come here, you probably expect a lot of NFL content, but I think after the wave of free agency, the double waves there, and now people are getting ready for the NFL draft, it's a little quiet on the NFL front. We'll get there for rapid fire, but how about we give some love to wrestling, because we saw the people. We have a lot of new subscribers. That's why we got to over 900 subscribers from the wrestling world, from the wrestling content that we did. So you know what? If you're new, you're checking out Come on the Beat. Here you are. Some wrestling videos. So yes, that is a question, and you might get upset here, but I would, and it's also kind of being a little harsh on Triple H or whoever is going to run it, because Triple H is a fine job, by the way. But whoever's in charge for the last call, maybe Vincent Kennedy McMahon with the mustache. He's trying to match my mustache, by the way.
Bro, he looked like Creed in The Office when they're trying to go younger. Today on Fox, I think it was on Fox News Business or whatever, speaking about the merger with that new company. He like, hey, you got some Red Bull? I'd love to ride the bull. You know what I mean?
This guy. I don't know why he's growing the mustache, and Brandon said he's growing the beard. So people are in that weird area.
Do you think he licks his lips and goes like that?
That's what he's trying to get to. I could do that. I don't know about him, but we'll get there. And real quick, Fernando. Okay, I'm gonna say yes here for they kind of missed it, or they messed up the main event, because for one reason, I guess I'm like Fernando. You're gonna get mad. I'm a casual. I watch main events, and even to that point, I watched maybe the big four main events. I guess was it four? Well, WrestleMania,
Royal Rumble,
SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. Is it three or four? Whatever.
No, it's four.
That shows you right there how terrible I am.
Okay, here you go. So it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
There you go.
And the Royal Rumble.
I even watched Money in the Bank, so give me 5 right there. That's a kind of fan.
Well, Money in the Bank is actually a good one because they can cash in that same night. So
there you go. So
it's fun to watch.
I'm a somewhat of a casual part-timer, like The Rock used to be, according to John Cena. So okay, now I have the context there. But WrestleMania is a one event for the casuals, right? Let's be fair there, Fernando. Let's agree there.
What I hate about it.
The casuals come in, they have
talk
opinions.
A lot of shit.
Yeah, and I kept complaining the whole day, Fernando, on Saturday night. Like, why is Sami Zayn and KO and the Usos a main event? They're freaking tag team. If you're in a tag team, that tells you everything. They're not a superstar. They can't do it on their own. No tag teams. And I would like for the Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley to be the main event. I thought it was perfect in my head. I don't think I said it out loud. But then you kept saying, yeah, they botched the storyline. You're the expert, Fernando. I am the casual. And when you say they botched the storyline, storylines are important. So I was okay, fine. Let's see what happens here. And then they got into the ring. Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, they tore the house down. It was that's what I expected from two people that athletic, that big, in the women's division to finally clash. And like you mentioned, it's kind of been a storyline from the NXT days that they botched. Okay, that you called out, but they delivered in the ring. So I would have loved to see that. And then the whole kind of the Charlotte thing saying, hey, what about the women? When you win the Royal Rumble, you get a main event, and they didn't get a main event for Rhea Ripley. So you could have really got everything done just by making them the main event. But then Sami Zayn and KO and the Usos got into the main event, and that was a great match too. It wasn't like a star power main event, not for me, but overall, I was happy, but they did miss an opportunity.
See, we're going based off of the end result. I mean,
yes.
And you know what? And Rhea and Charlotte did a good job back when they fought originally the first time. The problem is that here they had Rhea. She had her spoon in too many soups, if you know what I mean. Like, she was doing the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
She was helping Dominic, and on top of that, she had to do her own thing with Charlotte. They had her back and forth from Raw and SmackDown, doing too much, and I feel like that's not the way to tell a proper storyline. Now, like the way Uncle Joe and I were discussing yesterday at one point, the reason why they went with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Usos, they've been telling this story for 3 years now. The story of Roman Reigns, the story of the Usos. They've been telling this story for 3 years. Roman comes back. He craps on his cousin. Jimmy's out. He starts beating up on Jay. He tells him, "You're gonna join me. You're gonna be my guy. You're gonna be in my group." So it took a while, but they've been telling this storyline for 3 years. I understand exactly why they went with this. Sami Zayn did get big. He's just, in my opinion, not he didn't do what Daniel Bryan did a couple of years ago with the Yes Movement. He didn't change their minds. He didn't change the way that they wanted to do stuff. So they decided to keep him in the tag team match. Let Cody go up against let Cody because Cody's more of a white knight, like that next guy that can be a good talker, that can go on all the shows, that can do everything that you need somebody like him to do. He can do all that. But with Sami Zayn, he didn't do that over the top stuff that Daniel Bryan did to change the mind of the WWE universe, change the mind of the people in the back. It was supposed to be Randy Orton and Batista at that WrestleMania, and they decided to throw Daniel Bryan in there because he had gotten so big. And I just didn't think Sami Zayn is to that point yet. I mean, I've seen it before. Sammy's not to that point, but he did deserve a main event spot. He did suffer for those 9 months with. That's the thing. They've been telling the story for so long now. The Sami Zayn one. He turned on Kevin Owens. He said, "I don't want anything," like Kevin Owens turned on him. Basically, they got it right. Because of the storyline. That's what Triple H said. We've been building the story for so long. That is why we needed to do this. We needed to bring this storyline basically not to a close, because I think these guys are still going to wrestle, but it was a perfect moment. It was the main event, and I feel like they needed to do this. And besides, Charlotte Flair complains about everything. It is not anything new. She talks about how she doesn't want her last name to be the thing that associates her with what she's doing, but she throws her weight around a lot. Her and Becky don't get along because she throws her weight around a lot. Her and a lot of people dislike Charlotte Flair because she tries to throw her weight a lot. Here goes another reason that she tried to throw her weight around. But I think the main event, obviously, you want to be in the main event, but when you steal the show, when you're the thing that people are talking about, I think that's way more honorable. And you went out there and you kicked ass and you said, "Yeah, we should have been the main event," but you still were the thing that everybody was talking about. Yeah, people talked about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens winning the tag team championships, but at the end of the day, everybody heard, wow, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte just a caution into the wind. They didn't care. If anything, I think they went out there even more motivated than anything else because they didn't get the main event card. So hell no, I want them pissed off. I want them to put on a great show. I thought they did an incredible job. Now I want to see Rhea as the champion because I think Rhea's such a badass, man. I think she's the future of this company. She's only 26 years old. Can you imagine? And then she's learned from Edge. She's learning from Finn Balor, from all these guys. Like I totally think Rhea is gonna just take it up a whole notch. And I don't want to I just think she's gonna be an incredible asset to WWE for years to come. And I can't wait to see her grow. But no, I thought they got it right. And
let me give you
the main event.
Let me give you a counter there because you mentioned Sami Zayn not being on the Daniel Bryanson level. Is that what he is right now? I forget. He's always which one was
he right now he's
Bryan
Danielson.
Okay, whatever. During that time he was Daniel Bryanson.
How many times did I told Tony Khan? I changed his name like 4 times with Tony Khan.
But that's where he's not really like appeals to the casual. I don't really care for him. Like Daniel Bryanson that year, I know who he was. Yes, they are. Come on, friends. It's WrestleMania. They're trying to appeal to the casuals too. But here we go. If you don't agree with Charlotte and Rhea Ripley real quick, they had a gold opportunity to do it with Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, household name, and that storyline was just as good. Well, maybe not just as good, but it was up there.
Done. No. See that's the thing though, is that but the storyline that they've been telling the story for 3 years. That's the thing. Like the Usos thing, and the Usos are main event. Like these, I'm telling you, these guys can hang. When Roman was fighting Jay was matching him. Jay was able to go to. That's why they started nicknaming him Main Event Jay Uso. Like the dude has a reputation. He's good. I thought they did exactly everything the same. I like everything.
They did have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens with Bianca Belair on the Today Show, so maybe they are big enough to do that. So there you go.
Yeah, no, and I mean the thing is, KO's a former champion. I think that guy is. I think they're kind of wasting him a little bit, but that's the problem about having the 2 championships kind of stick to one person is that KO should be a champion. Like the guy is a badass. He's awesome. Sami Zayn, it's just me, I guess. A lot of people really like him, and that's the thing. They had to give the fans that they wanted. Remember, the fans that are around the ring, those are the diehards, the ones that they'll max out their credit card to go there and sit there around the ring. Those are the guys that stayed after when Cody Rhodes lost, and they were there cheering him on and celebrating him. But I mean, I just thought they did it right. And you have to come out of this with no regrets, especially if you're Triple H, because this is your first WrestleMania calling it. So I agree with Triple H. No regrets. I thought he did a great job. I thought he not a complete great job. Like, there were some things that they could have done day 2 to kind of mix and match and do some different things. But overall, I thought it was a successful first WrestleMania for Triple H, and I hope he is still going to be involved. I hope he's still going to be involved with this new this new company, and it's not just Vince McMahon, because I've seen that too many times, and I think Vince needs to kind of just be in name only and let Triple H be the one that handles everything else.